Okay, I'm here with Jim Rubens, candidate for U.S. Senate in New Hampshire. We're at the Kelly Ayotte Marco Rubio event. Mr. Rubens, how is it looking right now? How's the campaign going?
People in the state of New Hampshire are quite frustrated with Washington. They're looking for some serious change. Obamacare is just the beginning. The economy is really upsetting people. People who have jobs are worried about losing them. And again, Washington, people feel, has just fallen totally out of touch with the lives of the average regular person. So we need a candidate connected to the people of the state. We need a candidate who's not going to do career politics in Washington. And I think that's what people want. And we need solutions. Bold solutions is what I'm about.
Now, the big news out of Washington is the House Special Benghazi Committee. As of the time I left the House, the Democrats had not yet decided whether or not they were participating. What do you think the Select Committee is a good idea, and what do you hope to see come from it?
I think there's more information to be obtained from a high-quality committee, and Democrats ought to be involved, because there may be more to this than just Hillary's fingerprints that some Republicans are hoping for. There may be deeper problems here, and we ought to know. Obviously there's a problem. Four Americans died. We don't know who made the call not to do what needed to be done. We don't know why at Benghazi the defenses of the embassy, if you want to call it that, were insufficient. That was known months in advance. Those things can be known and corrected.
Now, our friends on the left continue to tell us that things are actually all right, things are going to go well, and have been boasting about the Obamacare enrollment numbers, but they still have not put the other parts of Obamacare on track. They're still delaying things after the election. What does that tell you about where this is going for Democrats?
There are several more shoes to drop. Obviously, they're trying to delay them until after the election, the employer mandate, etc. But what we do know about Obamacare in the state here, people are losing relationships with their doctors. Doctors are quitting the profession because of the layer upon layer of regulations. People are not able to get the pharmaceutical that they have worked for them. They're not able to go to their Boston hospital that actually cured them of a disease. They can't go there anymore. And Obamacare is going to increase printed money from the federal government, $1.4 trillion over the next 10 years. There's no money to pay for Obamacare. And so it doesn't resolve the core problems of health care in the U.S. We have the highest health care costs in the world, twice what our industrial nation competitors are spending. The quality of our health care is not up to the standard we need, and even Obamacare will leave 30 million people uninsured. So it doesn't even solve any of the problems. And it wrecks the existing health care system unnecessarily. We should have spot treated the problems in health care, like things like pre-existing conditions.
Now, finally, obviously, in this campaign, you're facing several opponents, including Senator Scott Brown from my home state, which, frankly, I wish he had run there. We could use a Republican with a shot to win over there. How important is it, and how difficult is it, because he has the money advantage, to get your name out there? Obviously, you're known as a state representative here. How difficult has it been to break through the media wall, which seems to pretend that Scott Brown is the only person here?
I can tell you at the grassroots level of the state, people out when I campaign out there are not following the lead that Washington is providing. Washington has obviously picked Scott Brown, but the people at the grassroots level who will vote on September 9th are definitely going to make up their own mind. I'm connecting well with them. They want someone with roots here in the state. I've lived here for 40 years. I've done politics here for 20 years. I've run and started 10 small businesses here. So those roots mean something to people, and people also want a candidate who's thoughtful, who's a leader, able to take command of issues and to bring bold solutions to the table. We just can't continue with Washington politicians and Washington politics as usual.
You mentioned that you were a politician here for 20 years. How important is it to carry the Republican flag in the state to win back the State House as well, the House of Representatives?
Yeah, extremely important. The state of New Hampshire faces, I'm obviously running for U.S. Senate, but the state of New Hampshire faces serious problems. Our pension system is underfunded. Our tax revenues have just been, the props have been knocked out under our tax revenues. Our schools are being taken over by Washington. We've got a number of problems that need Republican help. We've got to make our state fiscally responsible again. But again, those are state issues. But Obamacare bears on state issues. The state has adopted Medicaid, and there is no money to pay for this adoption the state has made for Medicaid. Depending on the federal government, which is bankrupt, which is printing money to pay for this, that's going to end in a small number of years. The state is leaving up to 50,000 people in the lurch who might become dependent on state
want to find out more about your campaign, where do they go online?
Rubens.com. Spelled like the painter, R-U-B-E-N-S, Rubens.com.
And there's the sticker if you
Yes,
know
sir.
the spelling.
Thank you.
Rubens, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you for your time. Have a good day.